All right, guys, so today I'm going to talk about how to build DePIN applications. And I prepared a bunch of slides, but they go a little bit as an overview of what DePIN is and why we're doing this. But since I'm assuming everybody is pretty expert now in DePIN, I'm going to skip directly to the point. So I'm going to skip through these slides as a DePIN overview since I'm assuming you guys know about it. I want to basically cut to the chase since we only have 10 minutes. And I want to talk to you guys about why DePIN is important, what the major problems are with DePIN right now, and how IoTeX is suggesting to solve them. And what I want to show you is basically this. So at a high-level architecture, we basically have real-world data coming from any sort of like IoT device, network, and then DePIN leverages blockchain networks to basically incentivize token rewards for data providers. And this we all agree upon, right? Now, there are several things here. First of all, combining IoT systems and blockchain is pretty interesting, but then they both come with their own challenges and their own sort of like solutions. And they're quite complementary if you think about it. First of all, IoT networks are large-scale networks. They have a ton of devices, and there is a large volume of data. Now, this, on the bottom side, you see, for example, on blockchain. Blockchain obviously has a high degree of trust. You can run smart contracts that are basically permissionless, where you can run the business logic of your application. But blockchain has limited processing capabilities, and it's expensive. So how do you go about this? If you think about the current stage of DePIN, there is a major problem. So if you guys see, on the left side, you basically have a decentralized network of devices. On the right side, you have your token economy. And in the middle, basically, 10 out of 10 projects right now, they're just running on a cloud, okay? Maybe some projects are storing some of their data in a decentralized way, but the bottom line is, basically, DePIN projects right now are centralized projects that have some sort of like decentralized physical infrastructure and some sort of like token that they're just triggering in a smart contract to send rewards to their data providers. And while this is okay, because we just got started with DePIN, it's not the way to go. Why? For a number of reasons. First of all, DePIN projects are not composable. Meaning, if you build your own DePIN project like Helium or like Demo or one of these in this example like Wayru, these projects they basically have an infrastructure that only works their own project. And so this is not composable, it's not really that scalable, and it basically means that every time you want to build your own DePIN project, you basically have to create your own custom project. And that is a pretty high barrier, because you have to have a team that knows how to do IoT, a team that knows how to do smart contracts, and a team that knows how to basically program the application on the cloud. So, not composable, not trustless, because at the end of the day, DePIN projects right now are still triggering rewards for the data providers in a way that is not transparent to end users, and it's not transparent to the people that provide data to the network. So we're basically seeing these like Web 2.5 applications, and what I'm here to basically propose is this approach that IoTeX suggests to basically provide a modular infrastructure to build your DePIN projects. So IoTeX has been around since 2018, 2019, and it started as a layer 1 blockchain that was supposed to be really fast and really cheap, because the whole idea was we wanted something fast and cheap to basically handle the huge volume of data to connect IoT and blockchain. Now, over the years, we figured you can't just like send data to the blockchain to like trigger some smart contracts, because this, the capabilities of like smart contracts are not that powerful and they're quite expensive. So we started figuring out that you essentially need these 9 layers, and basically these 9 layers are composable and they're modular. So when I was talking there earlier, somebody was asking, why would I choose this and not just like store my data on Filecoin, have my smart contracts on Solana, and then whatever, use somebody else, other, module or other software. You totally can. And that's our purpose. The purpose is to create an infrastructure where you can choose whatever piece of infrastructure, whatever module you need to build your DePIN project, so you don't have to basically reinvent the wheel every time you want to build your project, or you want to basically sort of like, you have an idea and you want to just basically see it come through. So I will go through them quickly because I only have 3.5 minutes left, right? But you can see there is this identity and governance layer that are vertical. That means that they apply to the whole stack. And then from top to bottom, it sort of like follows the data pipeline of your project. So you have the hardware abstraction layer, which is basically, it works with the connectivity layer to basically connect the devices in your network with your, call it, decentralized logic. This works then with a sequencer and the data availability layer and the off-chain computing layer, because you can store this data, fetch it, run some business logic on it, and then trigger a smart contract based on these proofs of computation on this data. I gotta move fast, so I wanna skip directly to what I think is the most important layer, which is the off-chain computing layer. For this, IoTeX has created WebStream, which is basically a layer 2 roll-up for DePIN. So what it means is that it basically packs raw data, like a roll-up packs transactions, right? Then creates blocks and then sends them to the layer 1 and uses the layer 1 as like a trust anchor for the system. WebStream does the same thing, but for raw data. So this data basically gets fetched from a data availability layer, and again, in a modular, composable infrastructure, you can choose whatever data availability layer you want. This data goes through these coordinator nodes that basically talk to these provers and say, okay, you're free, send you the data. The prover runs the logic of your project, sends the computation result and the validity proof back to the coordinator, and then the coordinator basically sends this proof to be verified on your smart contracts. So why would you ever want to do this? The reason is that you want to decentralize the business logic so that you can be more transparent with your users, with your data providers, and you can start scaling, because at the end of the day, yes, you can choose a layer 1 that has like an immense throughput, and I mean, even IoTeX can do 1,000 TPS, but at the end of the day, when we talk about millions upon millions of data points, you want a scalable infrastructure, and you want to reward the nodes that basically run this infrastructure. And so IoTeX, this layer 2 that we call WebStream, provides a multi-prover architecture, meaning that it supports various types of zkVM, zkWASM, like RISC-0, succinct, etc. It supports Halo 2. It can support also TEE provers, which are trusted execution environment, etc., etc. So the whole point is that based on the prover that you're running, this proof will then be sent on-chain to be verified on a smart contract, and then trigger your token economy. I only have 30 seconds left. There is a ton more to talk about, like DePIN verification problem, DePIN identity, etc. But I don't want to like run over for respect for the people after me. So if you want to get in touch, I'm IoTeX Dev. You can also check out the IoTeX.io Twitter account. Otherwise, check out IoTeX.io. And if you want to, like, we created this DePIN scan, which is like the general, like, public good application, platform, where you can basically learn all about DePIN, your favorite DePIN projects, and alpha, etc. So, yeah, thanks for having me.